What's up, y'all? It's your boy, The Amazing King, coming to you live and in color, bringing that also amazing touch. And I want to welcome you back to the Get Ready For It podcast, season 2. We back in this thing liver and brighter and more handsomers. That's not a word, but I said what I said. I want to go ahead and pass it off to my co-host.
Up jumps the boogie. It's the boy. Y'all know what the fuck going on. I'm sorry. Y'all know what's going on.
What we're gonna work on being more family oriented.
Man, fuck them kids. I got 2 of my own. Fuck them kids. I love them though. I take care of my kids, so I can say that.
Okay. Anyway, can we act right? We have a special guest back by popular demand. I just messed that up. I was doing so good too. Oh man, we got my boy. You guys may be familiar with his voice. We got my boy Bebe back in the house. What's up, boy?
Good afternoon, people of America.
What it do? What it do?
He's coming back with more energy, more words, and a bigger opinion. Isn't that right, Bebe?
I believe so.
You believe so?
You believe.
We're starting off already, I see.
I believe
Well, fellas, I just want to definitely, make sure we acknowledge the elephant in the room because the elephant is missing. I'm talking about Savage XL. He is
that
not
is so
here.
ugly of you.
Huh?
That is very ugly of
That's
you.
my true state. I'm just saying that currently right now he's at a females kickball team. He's one of the players. He's in lingerie kicking around.
Fuck off. My boy is a coach. Don't be doing my boy like that now.
A coach? For
Is
a
he-
female?
Is he not a coach?
Is he?
Yes.
I'm
there
not.
Water
are male
boy?
coaches.
Water boy for kickball teams?
Don't rain on his parade.
Right.
God, are you upset because you can't be out there?
I don't.
That nigga ain't
In
got-
this Florida sun, you
First
can
of all,
have all that.
you have no mechanics. You definitely not built for that.
KP, I want to spare you right now, because we're in a better place. But let's just get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to talk about some real life topics, some bullshit. We're just gonna talk and have a good conversation and see how it goes. I was actually researching a couple things about just some of the top things that people talk about dealing just within life, and I came upon this website, and the title of the article was 7 challenges in life you need to deal with, and the 7 things are toxic people,
For sure.
That's number
emotions,
Definitely for sure.
unfairness in life,
one.
your job, positive thinking, yourself, and meeting people.
So you the few of those.
What do you mean?
I feel like those can be condensed. Like,
Well, no, these are the 7 things specifically out of that article. So I was going to ask you fellas and you guys, what are your top 3 struggles? If you had to pick out of that list of 7,
Out of the list or just in general?
just
for
out
ourselves.
of this list, for yourselves, those 7 things. Pick 3 of them that are your top, and
that's
just explain
easy.
why. Okay, BB.
For me, my first one is toxic people. I feel like sometimes the company you keep can either influence or hinder, certain things in your life. Set aside from that, positive thinking for myself, because I'm a Libra, so we typically tend to go into things looking at all aspects, and sometimes the negative aspect can definitely overpower the positive.
Okay.
And then the last one, what was it? I ain't gonna job. No.
You had
Toxic
emotions.
people. Emotions.
okay.
Yes, I definitely. That is a struggle of mine because normal people, my emotions, I'd be like, "Child, fuck y'all hoes." But for somebody that I consider like a friend, a family member, a partner, my emotions tend to be a little more sensitive.
Okay. What about you, KP?
I'm gonna start with emotions. I'm the complete opposite of what BB just said. My emotions are very guarded, I would say, in a way. I put
Are
up
they?
a wall.
Oh, I never thought that.
Screw you, guy. The second one would be unfairness in life, I would say. A lot of the times, a lot of shit happens, or you get put under a lot of pressure that you don't want to be in, or that you feel as though you shouldn't be in. And I often remember what people say. God wouldn't put you in a situation that you weren't prepared or you aren't ready for. So it's unfair that you have to be ready, but again, He wouldn't put you there if you couldn't get through it. And then the last one, I would probably say my job.
Really?
You know,
They
And why is that?
I think I'm just over talking on the phones. I wouldn't say the company, but the job itself.
Okay, we got that. Mine probably would be this was crazy. Probably the first. Well,
The
it would
first one
be
is
the
emotions.
emotions. Probably, I am a Cancer. My birthday was not too long ago, and I am a very let's say sensitive.
You're in touch with your emotions.
Right. Let's say
Huh?
it's kind of like
It's
a
okay.
stab or a jab.
Right.
You need to
Yourself should
slap
be
that bitch
second.
out the park.
Because you clearly, your emotions and yourself, you need to tie those together.
Mm.
Because, I
Mm.
mean, if you're comfortable with yourself, it's
Mhm.
okay to be
Right.
sensitive and let somebody know, hey, I'm sensitive.
ass mother cuss word.
Okay. So they have elected emotions for me before I can say it. So we're gonna go
Mhm.
with that.
Yeah, for sure.
We're gonna also go with toxic people. I
So
think.
you, everybody's toxic.
No, I don't think everybody's toxic. When I read that, I look at dealing with toxic people and not realizing when it's time to let them go. That's where I take that and I add a couple words behind it.
Mhm.
And also for me, it probably would be meeting people. I think that I don't know. Like
You're
when I
an
meet
introvert.
people, no, that's the thing. It was so crazy. If you know my personality, I'm really not that. I just I was just raised a certain type of way, and that type of way has carried, and it kind of has made an excuse when I give people when they try to get to know me or try to know personal things that I don't want to tell until I'm ready. And that could be days, it could be weeks, it could be years. It's mostly years, people. I'm not even going to cap. And that causes an issue when I'm meeting people. So those are my top three. One that we didn't talk about. We probably said everyone on the list besides yourself. I wonder why that is. Because yourself is the biggest challenge in life, is yourself.
That's
And
true.
we didn't even say that.
Yeah, it's a big challenge, but I mean, for me,
Mm-hmm.
I did not say myself because I'm comfortable with myself. I know who I am.
Okay.
And I had to realize who I was at an early age.
Mm.
So
Okay. Well, give your speech, BB.
just saying.
Say
it's-
what you
it's
say.
the
What you
truth.
gotta say. Say with your chest too. Because Darius, KP, non-emotional has no way of saying it, so he's gonna just
Not at all.
defer towards
I'm
somebody else.
horrible. Yeah, when
I
it
don't
comes to
think
stuff
that
like
has
that.
anything to do with emotion.
I just wanted to say something to him, let him know that he was an emotionless person.
Oh, okay. So you just wanted to throw that jab out
Yeah, I
there.
really did.
Yeah.
Just-
Don't worry about him. Yeah.
Duly
So
noted.
yeah, I just saw that article on a website, and I just wanted to touch base to get you guys' opinions and how you felt about it. But moving on to researching what people consider to be deep conversational topics. Some of these I'm like, these are not deep. But I did pull this from a reliable source, which is the internet. So
That is
reliable.
reliable.
So
Did
we're
it
gonna
have
go.
Wikipedia at the bottom?
I was actually surprised it did not. It had like a two hands that said peace and world peace and stuff like that. But anyway,
That sound like an
let's talk
advertisement.
about a couple of them. What's something that terrifies you that? Whoa, hold on. I guess I can't read. What's something terrifying that we'll all come to accept as a fact of life? Oh, what's something that's terrifying that we all have to accept?
Death.
Oh wow, you're just
What?
Corona.
I say death.
Yeah, KP, you didn't. Maybe I said the question wrong.
Maybe you did.
Is saying that what is something that terrifies you that we all at some point during life have to deal with?
Oh
So-
yeah, death.
And why is that?
Because it could be death from a loved one. It can be death of a friend.
Kill yourself.
I mean, just in general, like
Yeah.
I think growing up, like I used to have a huge fear of it when I was younger. I used to be like, I don't want to die. But now I'm like, there's a beginning, there has to be an end. Like, I mean, I can't, it's nothing that I can run away from.
So what helped you overcome that?
I had went to my Uncle Cool Pop's funeral. And why was that his name? I have no idea. But I went to my Uncle Cool Pop funeral, and then ever since that funeral, I was like, I don't want to ever go to another one. But then I had went to my grandmother's funeral, and just to see how my mom was reacting and how she like boohoo cried, and then after the fact, we had like a little slight conversation, and she was just like, it's nothing that you can run away from. It's gonna happen, and I mean, it happens at the weirdest times, but I mean, it's just something that you'll just have to deal with, and then on top of that, me doing hair, I had to kind of sort of like go in that room.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh, hell no. But I mean, I
So what advice would you give somebody that has to deal with death? Or has to come to terms with death?
oh, you have to do that on your own.
Mm.
I'm so sorry. I have no advice.
Some things, yeah.
Yeah, because what may work for me may not work for you.
That's true.
I think finding understanding in death is something that somebody asked me, well, how did you deal with the biggest passing in your life, which would probably be my mother. I would have to say, I would tell people, you have to come to terms with it, and you can't deny it. You can't fight it. I'm a man of faith. I believe in prayer. I do not believe prayer is going to stop somebody from dying. Just my opinion. I don't believe. I believe that the higher up, which is whatever you believe in, I believe in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, that when it's the person's time, you can pray all night. It's not, because that's not what is written. That's not what's meant to be. So coming to terms with that is something that I think helped me deal with my situation, because I had come to terms with it even before she had left this world. I was like, you know what? God, it's her time, isn't it?
But do you ever think that logic is really true? Because, I mean, technically, I looked at it like that, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I still look at it like that in
Mm-hmm.
certain instances.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as, like, the whole, oh, if I see you in the hood, I'm going to shoot you in the brain. Oh, you going to survive. Oh, nah, he dead. Oh, so he died because it was his time. No, bitch, you shortened his time by shooting him. Like, no. That, to me, that is.
I do believe that everything that happens was meant to happen. Even if it's one of the most violent things in life, it was meant to happen.
Oh, Lord.
Just honestly. Does that mean that act that happened was right? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Shooting somebody in the head was absolutely wrong. You should pay for shortening somebody's life. But do I think it was meant to happen? It was written in the
books?
Yes. And not necessarily in the book, but in history or a time or whatever, whoever creates the time lapse, it was meant to happen.
Yeah.
If you look at somebody's death, let's say a personal death that you have experienced in your life, right? If that person didn't die, there's so many things that wouldn't have happened to you that you'd be like,
make you who you are.
yeah, it really is. Because what's so crazy with me, like if my mom didn't pass away, I would have never left the school I was at, which means I would have never met somebody that was very important that I needed to meet at that time frame, which means I would never got my first job that I got. I would have never met certain people that I was meant to meet in life. I would never got the job at the call center in Lorica. I would never met it's so many. I know that, but it's so many things that I would have not have got if that person didn't pass away, which is crazy when you think about how life works. So that's why my biggest advice was just you have to find understanding with it.
Understandable.
Okay. And you piggyback, you said death as well.
Yeah.
So we all going to say death because I think that's the biggest thing. Okay. What is a miracle that happens every single day?
You wake up.
Yeah, you talking about, amen, shana, hallelujah. The fuck?
This is true.
Every day? Yeah. The moment I wake up, I'm like, shit, yes, another day.
Every day I wake up, I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, I'm still fat. I'm like, I didn't eat all yesterday, but I'm still fat.
See, you the type of person I would be like, log off.
Right.
What you
my
mean?
God.
It's a true statement. So we all saying that waking up every day is a miracle in its own
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
a gift every day.
Okay. I also think that a miracle that happens to you every day is every day you wake up healthy. Because
Some people don't, though.
that's what I'm saying, that while every single day you wake up and you're healthy, it's a blessing. Because I think we all know that once your health deteriorates, your whole life goes into a different chaos, and your whole life is centered around hospital, medical bills, just
Right, but that's why I said waking up. I mean, you can.
Well, I'm just saying what else? Because people can wake up and be fine. I'm talking about healthy, because you can wake up and be sick.
Right, but
I mean, you still
me
woke
waking up
yeah.
is the bigger blessing.
Yeah,
Like,
but
yeah, you
but
still
there's some
woke
people
up,
in the world who don't want to wake up sick.
That is true.
So I'm just saying, when I wake up, I'm able to walk to the bathroom and not need assistance.
I
I'm
think
able to eat. Go ahead.
freedom is overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like your freedom. Like a lot of people take your freedom for granted.
Yeah. I know I did. Not even gonna lie, because
Yeah, because I need that freedom. Because if
You know
I
what I'm
didn't
saying?
have that freedom, I wouldn't be able to eat ass when I needed to.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, right.
So,
But you want to be kid friendly though.
This is kid friendly.
I don't think children need to.
Eat ass or know about eating ass.
You don't know what's good for everybody's child out there. Anyway, it's the circle of life. Anyway, next question.
You should have mentioned my kids do not tune in.
They listen to all the rest of the nasty ass shit you say on this show. Okay.
Nah,
You
my
don't know
kids,
what they listen to. Not
They don't listen to me.
Okay, this is true. Okay. Who do you know who is living their fullest life right now? Who could you
Nobody.
say? You think so?
Nah, bro, it's Corona, bro. Unless you got bank.
I'm just saying in general. Who do you be like, dang, you be out there really living, enjoying yourself? I can't think of nobody.
I can think of a couple, and when I say a couple, I mean like husband and wife.
Okay, gotcha.
I can't say that they're living their life to the fullest. I mean, from my eyes, I think that they're living their life to the fullest because I mean they've raised their children right. They've, I mean, every time you turn around, it's like it's a party and it's a lituation, and it is absolutely amazing. But
That's
I
what's
mean,
up.
you know, of course, it's everybody, you know, deals with life.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess living your life to the fullest is perception based.
This is true. KP, do you know anybody that's living their best life?
I mean, not nobody I pay attention to.
Me either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I can name some
We
people.
all
That'd be
working a
off.
job we don't want to
That's what I'm
work.
saying. There'd be celebrities, but
We all still.
Right, and I think celebrities still living their life partially.
right. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like,
I mean, come on, Beyonce thought that she was living her life to the fullest with Jay and ended up getting cheated on. Bitch, how full is that?
I mean,
Okay, another question for you guys. When you are old and gray,
I'm scared.
what do you think children will ask you to tell a story about?
coronavirus is getting real.
I probably would think a child would ask me, how was, because when I think of, if I was to go up to like an older black grandma, right? One of my first question was, how did you deal with racism? How was racism back in your time? Because my experience is going to be totally different than somebody who's 86 years old. Because their experience, they deal with segregation and racism and stuff like that. So I think the children will probably ask me, well, racism. How was your racism growing up? My story is totally different, and I think I'm very blessed. I haven't really had like a bad racist moment, and I'm definitely blessed with that.
good,
So I
for
think
sure.
I think children will probably ask me that.
Oh,
You guys have anything
I had,
besides
to,
coronavirus?
I had to explain to my son what a VCR was.
Ooh, wow.
I had to explain to him that. That was pretty tough.
I would have been like, what? How do you explain the VCR?
I had to show him a picture and then tell him we had wires. He was so confused about the whole thing. He was just like, what? A tape? Like, to watch a movie? I was like, yeah. And then I pulled up the picture, and he just pointing at all the wrong space. Like, so, you know, where you put the movie in? He like, is that where you watch the movie? I said, this? No, son. That's where you put the tape in there, and then you got to rewind it. And rewind?
And sometimes if it don't work, you get the cord, put it in there, and turn it.
You got to do
I
something.
remember when DVDs came out.
Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. Ooh, y'all old. Y'all is old.
I think you're old.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think you're old.
Then him.
Okay. I think for me, if I was old and anybody had to ask me about something, they'll probably ask me about my lifestyle choices.
Okay. What type of questions would you ask? What would you think that they would ask?
They would probably ask me like the whole coming out story. They probably would ask me, did I experience any type of craziness? They probably would ask me about relationships, who I'm with. I'm pretty sure they would want to know, like.
And would you, if it's a child, would you give them the direct answer, or would you water it down?
I will give them a watered down direct answer.
I think it depends on the child.
Yeah. Well, no, see, because I got a set of nieces and nephews. They are very, very, very. They're children, and they know.
Okay, gotcha.
One of them asked me if I was a transgender. I said, "A what?"
Whoa.
I was like, "Hold on, wait a minute. Who told you about this?" And they was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Yeah, you using words. Where does this come from?" So I had to to break it down, like the meaning and where it comes from, and they were just like, okay. I was like, yeah. So don't.
Yeah, you can't just be shouting that one out.
Yeah, that one was one of the ones that threw me for a whole loop. I was like, hold on, wait a minute, what? So
That'll throw off everything.
I would give them. It would probably be a watered down answer, but it would be so direct to the point where they would understand it.
Context clues, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I don't want them to be. I'm not the uncle or the goddad or anything of that. That would just be like, oh no, this is what fucking is. This is what's. No, I'm not doing that.
Come to me, I'm gonna tell you the real.
And you will have me at your door, and I will be like, sir, come out this door. If you don't come out this door, I'm busting in yours.
I'm not a random child. I'm talking about.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
my
Yeah,
nephew.
it depends on the
If
kid.
it's a nephew or my kid, or you want to know what this is, let me tell you, young man. Okay, you stick your tongue in that hole. Whole different situation. If you stick your tongue in that hole, you found gold.
Let's hope that they are very much age appropriate
Right.
when you say these types of things.
Okay.
What is considered to be age appropriate nowadays?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about.
Sex?
Well, if they're asking about sex, that means that they're age appropriate for sex.
Not always.
That's
Not
true.
always.
Not always.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
Me,
going
myself,
that deep into
Remember
it,
that
though.
old lady that used to come on late nights and talk about sex
Oh, Sue.
on Oxygen. One of them webs.
No,
one of them
that was
webs.
Sue Johansson.
Yes,
It wasn't
her.
Sue Johansson. It was Sue something.
I don't know her name, but she
But
used
she
to
came
be,
on
yeah.
HBO.
I was at a young age.
She was nasty.
Watching that, trying to figure out.
and you weren't
And
supposed to be
yes,
watching.
I was supposed to watch that, so I couldn't ask my mama, so I was
I mean,
confused.
you learned some things.
That's why I'm like you.
That's where I learned my real tricks, people. Anyway,
She answered a lot of questions. And
She really
sometimes
did.
I was more so looking at her like, what the? This lady is on here talking like this.
she was real. They need to bring shows like that back around.
They do. They definitely do.
Now-
Now, out here be trying to act blind. That's
For real. Now, another question for you guys. When did something start off bad but ended so good?
I'm not gonna tell mine.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say that
I can't
sounded-
tell mine. But just know that it is something.
You have to tell us.
I'm not
Want
gonna
to go
tell
first?
it. I
Yes,
would
okay.
not ever.
You ain't got to say no names.
I'm not gonna say no names, but there was a situation, and it was kind of like that. You know, you like them and all that good stuff, and then the first time it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the second time it was like, okay, let me try this again just to see, and it was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, you know what? I'm just over this shit. But now it is like, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'd be like, bitch, shut me up.
Do I have a story like that? I've always been good, so I never have to worry about that.
That is a lie, and the
KP?
truth is not inside of you.
KP? Question? Answer?
Like, I cannot believe you sit up here and lie. Like, I would never believe somebody who would sit up here and say that.
It's the truth.
They just haven't told you.
They've told me that
You're
I'm always
crazy.
good. KP, can you answer the question?
I'm listening.
But it's your turn to answer the question.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe you told that lie.
In that context, or just like in general, just
In general, we don't have to make it nasty. you
okay.
know.
I mean, everybody else did, so I was just trying to see.
No,
if
that
I-
was just that was my bad. That turned really, really good.
Okay. I can't think of nothing like that right now. I don't know.
Well, why you think? Because I need you to give me a response.
Oh, okay. I started like working out and taking myself more seriously. Like I work out every day. Usually it'd be like I start working out and then I just stop. But
Mhm.
I've been pretty consistent for the past a few months. So
Has it been working?
yeah, yes it has.
You guys can view that the podcast page and you can see him shirtless.
Mhm. Yeah, like
just,
it, comment.
Just basically let you know that Savage and KP at this time they're not really co-hosts anymore. They're prostitutes.
I am a married man though, so I just want to put that out there. So
We
you know.
do always conclude in the comments that he is happily married and he's
Mhm.
a family man.
I just like to take my shirt off.
Yeah. So if you want to see him shirtless,
You go to my page,
Go to his-
Parker67_, or you could just go, ready for 1_,
pretty much
check me out.
All the ladies out there in the world, these people do have people. My body is not there yet, so of course I can't show nothing but my collarbone, and I will keep showing
Your
that
collarbone.
collarbone. That's the
heard
only
him.
thing that you heard me.
That's all he gives
And I
me.
have, and I
That's-
really do, and I really do. I will only show.
Yeah,
it.
right.
Yes,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah, you had to
You can
touch
see a
it.
little
If you got,
tattoo. You can see a little tattoo.
But you can see it.
Hmm?
You can see it.
he's in his pictures.
I'm
like,
not that
you can
fat where you can't
see it.
see it. You can see it. I'm not that
I
fat.
can't see it.
See, it's right here.
that.
I'm not at that level of fat yet where my collarbone has been has succumbed to my fat.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making a statement. I'm big, but I'm not big.
You are.
I don't think you're fat.
You
bro.
are hilarious. That's
Yeah.
what you are. You are very comical.
There you go.
It's the truth.
I mean, you might be ugly, but you can't.
That's not what your
You know,
And then
cousin
there's
said.
Your cousin?
it's okay. He tried.
I did. I was
It's a
gonna
horrible
say,
attempt.
I was gonna say something worse, but I caught myself because I'm not ready to talk about that. Anyway, let's move over to the battle between segment. The battle between segment. We're gonna take two things, talk about it, and see why there's always a constant battle between these two things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start off with black men and then black women. There's always a constant low-key battle between the two. Some people think the black man is the most disrespected. Some people believe the black women is most disrespected. Where do you guys believe this battle begun?
I'm in the middle. I think they're both equally disrespected. It's just, I think because they're both black. Like being black is one thing, and then being a black man is one thing, and then being a black woman is another thing because black women are very, very strong. I was raised by one, and it's kind of like they have to be strong. They have to be black. They have to be educated. They have to be fine. They got to be this. They got to be that. And it's just like they have so many things that they have to be to the point of where it's like you can't do anything else but just be that. And I mean, people possibly feel like you have one up over them, or they feel some kind of way. And that alone can just tell a whole situation somewhere else. For the black man, for one, you have black, of course, is the big thing. Being a man, that is a huge thing that a lot of people don't necessarily take into account. I mean, everyone has their own interpretation of what a man is. But, you know, that alone has some weight to it, especially once you realize what a man is and how your manhood can, like, really, like, showcase how y'all be screaming, say it with your chest. I'd be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Because, I mean, you say a lot of stuff with your chest, and then you still a little ass boy. So, I mean, they both are equally, like, disrespected to me.
KP?
I mean, I feel like the black woman is more disrespected than the black man, only because women, like you said, they are held to a higher standard, and then you have a black woman who's held to an even higher standard on top of just being a woman. I mean, that's kind of just my take on it. I'm not going to say the black man is disrespected any less, but, you know, I just feel like the black women kind of, they get a lot more.
They carry that burden.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or it's theirs is heavier than ours would be, because as men, we already get an automatic pass for a lot of shit that they don't. So,
I think, I'm probably going to, I'm not saying that you're not really answering the question, but maybe I didn't explain it correctly. So I'm just going to give
my answer.
I'm going to give my response. So I think the battle between black women and black men comes from expectations between it. I think as a black man, a black woman looks to a black man as the provider, the strength in the relationship. He's supposed to take care of everything. And when he doesn't do that, the insult from a black woman can be very hurtful. They will what's the word I want to use?
Tear you down.
And tear you down to the ground as a black man. If you're not the expectation of what a model black man should be like, guess what? That black woman would tear your ass down to the ground. And then on the other side, the expectation that a black man has for a black woman is a lot. They are supposed to be the
no, it's not. You really think that?
I'm sorry, said that again?
What is it?
The expectation of a black woman is really high from a man's perspective.
Yeah, I think that a man expects a woman to be able to cook, clean, birth the babies, take care of the babies, and when he's not there, take care of the babies.
And take care of him.
And nowadays, they are also take care of him. They're expected to also still hold their own financially as well. They are expected to always keep their bodies looking right and remain sexy at all times and be ready for sex all the time. So I'm just saying that's where I believe the respect. That's where I believe that the battle comes to. Also, you know, we're gonna talk about 50 Cent on a different segment. I just want to touch on this. You know, black women would get treated in a way of disrespect from a black man because they are not exotic enough, or they look at the melanin of a black woman and say, well, a black man is quick to be like, you just a black. It's a heat. Black man will give a black woman very quickly about her appearance or the tint of darkness that she is, or her not being exotic, or her hair is not straight enough, or this, that, and the third.
I got to see these people.
So I do think that's where that battle comes in between.
I can't say
Baby Boy did that. Keep going.
I was what grade was I in? I was in elementary school, had to be, and I had this girlfriend. And when I say she was like, her skin tone was so dark, but she was so freaking pretty. Like she was so like when I looked at her, I was like, yo, jackpot. Like this is the move, right? Like I didn't care what people had to say about her, what they had to say about me. I just thought she was like so freaking gorgeous, and like literally she was so dark, but when she smiled, she just fucking glowed, and I was like, nigga. And then she stayed up the street from me, so I was always at the house. So I just think growing up, well, where I grew up in Atlanta, I was always around black women, light skin, dark skin. I done seen them all, but I've never was the type to be like, oh, you too dark, you ugly. If you pretty, you pretty. I've never had that mindset.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one.
I had to tell that story.
What is the battle? I'm going to ask you, Brandon, specifically regarding this one.
Okay.
And then I'm probably going to give an answer and then move on to the next one. What is the battle between gay men and, let me specify this, black gay men and then cis black women?
Cyst?
What is that?
You mean cis?
Cyst.
Like cis?
Cyst.
Cis.
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 Like
cis.
bro and cis?
Well, no.
You're saying cyst.
It's
like
called cis gender?
Yeah, whatever. They say.
Cis
Yeah.
gender.
Yeah, whatever.
A biological woman, a woman, lady, come on. What's the battle? What's that battle come from?
I probably would say their level of ignorance or their lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like sometimes that is it's a line that a lot of women, and they don't necessarily know that they do this. That's why I'm kind of like,
They know.
It's not all of them, because it's like for black women, them having a gay best friend or a guy gay friend or whatever, it's kind of like, oh, I love this, I love that, I love this, I love that. They do this, they do that, and then turn around if they get upset or there's a falling out or something, then it's the first thing of like, oh, fuck that sissy or fuck that nigga, whatever they decide, whatever choice words they decide to use. And my thing with that is like, you feel all these ways about this particular person, but that's your best friend. Like that, it just makes no sense to me. And had they been educated to know, like, okay, well, you don't want to be called a bitch, so don't necessarily sit up here and do all these other things for somebody to, put you in that category of a bitch. Like I even had to tell my mom before, where she had came out and said, I forgot what it was, but somebody had pissed her off. And I know it was a gay boy. And she said something. She was like, something about that sissy. And I was like, hold on. Slow your roll, pimp. And I mean, I had to, do it respectfully. But I had to educate her, like, don't say that because you have a son that is all these things that you're saying. And God forbid if anybody was to say it about me, I already know I'm going to be scared for everybody's life because she's coming in and she's shutting shit down. That's so true. I'm like, you have to have some sort of education. Like, hey, if you don't like them, that's their business. But at the end of the day, like, respect them like they're human beings. So that's my stance on it. I mean, I have a ton of female friends. I love them all dearly. They all know my stance. They know that, it is what it is. I rock with you. I vibe with you. But I'm very respectful at the same time. Like, I'm not finna call you all the crazy names, and I'm not finna allow you to sit up here and do me the same exact way. Okay.
I believe, and since you spoke on the gay side, probably for the women, they may feel as though the battle comes with a lot of black women believe that gay men try to steal their men.
What?
Yes. A lot of females believe that gay men try to steal their man. They will literally say that, oh, I don't want you around my man because I feel as though you are competition, which is always crazy. I remember one time I heard this girl tell this boy that, and I was like, huh, that doesn't make any sense. But I'm like, okay. Also, I think probably black females feel as though that gay black men are disrespectful to black women. There are some gay black men that have no problem fighting a woman, and that is probably where that battles
I
comes
am
into
one
play.
of them. I'm just saying,
I
I'm not gonna say it in that sense of
and
like
I think
I
it goes
just
back
jump
to
on them.
people believing that men are not supposed to touch women, but if you ever see, I saw this on the social, like this gay black man was attacking this lady, and like everybody was like getting on his ass about it, because I feel like gay people feel like it's nothing's wrong with disrespecting a woman. I feel like if you're strong, you're stronger than the girl, you can beat her, unless the girl is hitting you. Verbally, you should be able to have a argument. I believe in that. You can have an argument with a woman, but there should be no reason if she's not hitting you, your big ass walking up to her, slamming her in her face and doing that shit like that. So I just disagree, and that's where I believe black women sometimes look at gay men as a certain type of way. But that's what, in my opinion, that's where that battle comes from.
I was like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen it before. I've been out, but I mean, let me clear it up. I am the gay that will hit a woman. However, I am not the one to throw the first blow. I will tell you that real quick. I am not the one to throw the first blow. I tell you real quick. Listen, go on about your motherfucking business. I'm not the one that you want to play with.
I am the straight that will hit a woman. Goddamn, I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I mean, I'm more so like you'll have to put your hands on me, and I tell you real quick, bitch. If I call one of my sisters, your ass is grass. So just leave me alone. Go on about your if we get into a debate, I'm gonna say, okay, girl, you got it. I'm not finna argue with you.
No, I ain't gonna say I'm abusive, but I'm like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how some women just feel like after a man has tried multiple times, like, yo,
yeah,
I don't want to argue with you. Let me go. They be like, nah, fuck that. Because you ain't gonna da-da-da, and they'll mush you. Or I've known women to spit on men. Like,
I know a girl that can take a nigga out.
And the moment you go to goddamn getting ready to spit on me, all that you a woman shit go out the window.
It definitely does. I've been spit on before.
Oof.
I have been spit on before, and it is not a good feeling.
I bet.
I lost my mind.
The moment of the sound, I'm blacking out. So
okay. So we're gonna move on from the battle between. I'm gonna drop down to. I redid a little research, and the 20 tough questions on life. Even the most strongest people in the world have a hard time answering. We're just gonna do a couple. Some of these, in my opinion, are not tough at all, but the world feels as though they are. Mm-hmm. So, ask you guys: are you religious? Or are you spiritual?
Spiritual.
BB?
I'm a fucking Libra. I'm in the middle.
You're in the middle? Okay. I am spiritual. I probably say I'm religious. I have I'm religious, but I'm religious with my own mind. Like I have my own mindset. Like the Bible, like I read the Bible, I know the Bible. Some of the things in the Bible I don't agree with. So I'm religious, but I'm not religious to a point where everything in that Bible is word is concrete. So that's what but I do believe I'm more religious because I do believe there's one God. So you said you're in between,
but do you know what the Bible means? Or do you know what it stands for?
Well, no, I'm be honest with you. I think most people. I was raised on. You go to church. You go to church 3 times on a Sunday. I was in the children's choir. I was in. I was in all that stuff like that. So you know that's what I was taught. Now, can you always tell me the meaning of everything in there? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Can't tell you probably one thing in there. I know a couple of scriptures and stuff like that, but I believe that the relationship you have with Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, is your personal relationship. Mm-hmm. So moving on, because you guys kind of already gave your answer to that. What causes you the stress most in life? Ooh, that's a good one. What causes you the most stress, BB?
For me, if I care about you, I will. If I care about you, and if you are someone that I consider close to me, you can, you know, I'm kind of like a little puppet in a sense, somewhat, but not necessarily. I tend to, stress out. So if like one of my friends are stressed, I'm stressed. If my partner is stressed, I'm stressed. If my mom is stressed, I'm stressed. So it just depends on the role that you have in my life.
What about you, KP?
I would say just kind of dealing with life in general. For me personally, like a mental state. A lot of the time, I stress myself out.
So dealing with your mental state is what stresses you out.
For the most part, yeah. Because when I'm determined about something, I can get it done. Or if I just feel overwhelmed about it, I'm usually the reason that I'm stressed out. Or I'm usually in my own way for the most part.
What?
What about you?
Right, Devin?
No, I was going to answer my question. I wasn't going to skip it. I was thinking, what stresses me out? What stresses me out the most? What stresses me out? One of the things, there's multiple things that stress me out. Probably one of the most common things probably stress me out is if like it deals with communication. Like if I'm having a conversation with you, and then you're making sure you're getting out your frustrations, or you're definitely saying what you got to say, but when I reply and there's nothing received back, that's what stresses me out. It does. It stresses me out. It stresses me out. It stresses me out a lot because I'm feeling like, oh, you said what you had to say, and then when I'm trying to get to a conclusion, oh, you're unwilling. So now I got to go through all these change to get a conversation out of you. So that probably stresses me out the most. Even right now, it's stressing me out the most. I ain't gonna talk about it. Christ, your Lord, Savior. Just pray for my healing. He's still working on me right now, currently. Okay, so 79 hard. Would you rather? Ooh, 79
What?
things that are.
I was like, what?
I wrote. You know, this is the episode I really like Googled a lot of this stuff and got some of these responses or these answers. So I'm reading what I wrote. So it's 79 things of would you rather. The hardest 79 things. Would you rather? So I'm gonna ask you guys a couple questions. Okay. Would you rather be able to detect? Oh, excuse me. Thank you for catching that. Detect any lie you hear or get away with any lie you tell.
I would rather be able to know the lie because I don't want to be able to get away with every lie now. Damn. Everyone? I don't know.
I want to be able to detect when somebody's lying, so I'm going that one.
I was going to say.
I want to know when somebody's. I know, like, oh yeah, I want to know that one.
I feel like we all have a sense of like knowing when somebody lies.
But we don't. This is saying like you literally got the power to be like, oh
yeah, you know, right as soon as they finish their sentence, you know, it's a lie.
Something like comes over you like, oh, this person's lying.
Wait, so question. So if we told the lie, would it come true eventually? Or nah, it's just a lie all the way across.
It's just
the board.
You get away with.
You just get away with
that.
it.
Let me detect the lie.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Yeah, I need when I I
want to be a walk-in lie detector.
For real, basically. Okay. Would you rather be a hopeless romantic or hopefully unromantic?
Hopeless romantic.
Hopeless romantic for me. I'm a Cancer, guys. Yeah.
I like the hopeless romantic idea.
Okay. Would you rather never hear music again or lose the ability to read?
Oh,
bitch, I lose the ability to read.
Me too. 'Cause I love music.
Yeah,
music, like as soon as I wake up,
I'll be Nick Cannon and drumline around this month.
Shit, they got Audible for everything.
Yeah, you talking about? But I listen.
That's the easy one for me. Music. I need.
Yeah, not to be able to hear it.
Right.
That's tough.
That's tough.
Yeah, I can't go through like
music. Got me through some of the roughest times.
Yeah, we figure shit. My wife know how to read.
Yeah, I mean, Harriet Tubman they know how to read. The fuck? They made history.
Would you rather be the richest person in the world or the smartest?
The smartest.
The smartest, because that can make you the richest.
I guess.
Or you could take the easy way out and just be rich.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Which one, KP?
I don't want to be the smartest, so I'll be the richest.
Okay, so you said fuck the brains.
I mean, the smartest person.
I don't
know. I want to be knowledgeable, but I don't want to be the smartest person.
I'll be the smartest person.
Nah, that's a lot of pressure. Because the moment you fuck up, everybody gonna be like, "Oh, nigga, you smart."
But you the smartest person in the world. You're not gonna fuck up.
You don't know that.
Smart people mess up a lot.
They do. I just want to be smart just to make a whole bunch of money.
Would you rather age from the neck up or the neck down only? That's a good one.
So you mean to tell me like I could be old in the face and young in the waist?
Yeah.
I'd be fine with looking old.
What?
Like in the face? Like I'd be
no.
fine with that.
I think I'll probably go with the face. Dang.
Yeah, that's tough.
That is
because I mean I feel like with your face you age. You're gonna age already. So like if you just stay where you at right now and you have an old ass body, ain't nobody gonna be trying to hit that. But if I'm old in the face and I take my shirt off, my clothes off, yeah, I'd rather
I
rather
understand
deal with
where
that.
you're going now. I see where you're going.
I'd rather deal with that.
Okay, we go with that.
Yeah,
Neck down.
I sit with that.
Okay.
Cause like you can be cute and then you start taking your clothes off, motherfucker be like, what is that?
I just think there's surgery for all of that.
I mean,
Okay. Would you rather get a paper cut between your fingers every time you touch a paper, or bite your tongue every time you eat something. Paper cut me.
Oh, yeah.
Paper cut me. Because I bite my tongue, boy, let me tell you.
I never touched another piece of paper day in my life. The fuck?
What about you? I'm not biting my tongue every single time. No.
Every time I eat?
Every
yeah,
time.
No.
You done lost your damn
I'm a
mind.
greedy motherfucker.
For
Well, I
real.
guess I won't be touching no paper.
That's what I'm saying. Shit.
all.
Don't
Now, I'm not
pass
going to
that
say
to
them
me.
paper cuts hurt. They do hurt. Like,
They hurt like fuck,
They
but
hurt like
you can
But-
avoid paper.
Yeah.
You can't avoid eating.
For real.
There's no way around
Everything's
that.
Every
paperless
time you
now.
bite. What?
That too, yeah.
Okay, last one. Would you rather have a head too big for your body or a high-pitched baby voice? High-pitched baby voice me.
I
ASAP.
take high pitch for 3,000.
You ain't finna. I can't get no
Yeah,
colossal size head.
nah, I can't have no big ass. No big ass head. That's a big ass.
Wait,
head.
but you might get a check for that.
You.
I mean, I'm thinking you might get a check for that.
a big,
and that's
yeah,
for the rest
you
of your
might
life.
have some issues. I
I
mean, that's gonna be
mean,
for y'all. Y'all the smartest people.
Shit,
Them
the
big
fuck?
ass heads.
Okay, big ass head, big ass bank. You ain't got to worry about no hat. Get that shit custom made. Listen, I might take the big head.
No,
I can't do the
I'm
baby
saying-
voice.
I'm doing.
I
the
feel like
baby
no
voice.
woman would ever take me serious.
If you go in there and say that I don't, my fetish is not speaking.
But you gotta know sign language.
Yep. And then after you done doing what you do, eating her out, you say hello. She's like, oh my god,
Can
it was
I-
so good that she don't even care about
Do
that.
I moan in a high pitched voice too?
Oh yes.
Nah, yeah, I'm
Man.
good.
But honestly, there's a lot of people, grown men out there with baby voices. The
and
softest
they
voice out
get
there.
laughed at a
Mm.
lot.
I don't think so, young man.
Crazy as hell.
I don't think so.
I
at all.
believe they probably get laughed at behind closed, like somewhere else.
still
but
get
not in
played.
their face.
Mm.
If they
Okay.
fine, I mean.
Well, let's
But
talk-
that's what I'm saying. Would you be able to put up with that though? Like every day?
I would.
Oh no,
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
If
shut the.
right, that's what I'm saying. You're probably get your little rocks off and going on, but
Just shut up. Don't talk.
I probably would. I'd probably be able to deal with it. Moving on to what's your opinion, okay, on these things here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In the state of Illinois, public schools are required to teach LGBTQ history.
Uh-huh.
What's your opinion on that?
God. I don't want to offend anybody, but I just feel like
I'm in the air with that one.
yeah, it's like one of those things like that's just like pushing us. They don't even push Black history that much.
Right.
They do have, but they do have.
We have a month.
No, but they do have. When I was in high school, I took African American history as like a class course.
Who taught it?
Huh?
Who taught it?
What do you mean? Was a
Who
white
taught
man?
the class?
Was a white man?
You
But
can't.
I'm not- I'm
teach
not- but I'm
it?
not
Oh,
sa- I'm not
So
just
that's what I'm saying. Like how much did you really learn?
I'm not saying that they are going to only have gay people teaching the LGBTQ history.
I'm
That's what I'm
not-
saying.
and I get that, but
Right.
I'm just saying like you went to a magnet school.
I went to this was in high school.
Was it a magnet school or no?
No, it was
Mhm.
Bloomingdale High School. No.
I mean, I'm not from here, so I
Okay.
don't know. So I'm just asking.
So it's a
but
regular
I'm just
high school.
saying, but right, but that's not. I don't know how to put it because
It was
that's
an
not
African
that's.
American class, and I actually
But
learned
that's
a
not
lot
a
about
thing
slavery.
in Florida. That's not like a class you have to take. In
You don't have to
Illinois,
take.
that means they're going to be teaching that throughout school.
Mm.
That's not in Florida. That there's no thing for Black history.
Well, it's
in
a
Illinois.
I don't think it's like. I think it's just like a elective you could choose from. It's a course you could choose. I don't think they're saying they're going to put in the history.
Right, but they're going to teach it
They're going
throughout
to say
school.
that this is the
Middle
this is the course that
school
you can
and
choose
elementary.
from, like elective.
You don't get to. You know what I'm saying? Certain schools you don't get to pick and choose. They give you just get classes.
Yeah.
Like in middle school, some middle schools, yeah, you'll be able to pick classes, but in others, you won't.
That's probably for me. That's what only happened in middle school and high school down here. You can pick your. the
Right, but you're
classes
talking
you
about
want.
Illinois. So you don't know
Right.
what their school system's like.
I'm just
Their
assuming,
school
bitch. You don't know
system
about
is-
Illinois either.
Apparently, he does.
Sorry, I've.
So
Yeah.
you guys disagree that they should not.
You know what? I'm gonna change it. I'm not gonna disagree that they shouldn't teach it. I just feel like they should teach them certain things, like make it, because a lot of times we're getting taught all these things and it's not necessarily true. And then sometimes it's just like it's
Or-
cruel as fuck.
Or needed. You could teach somebody, even if you're not going to do the African American histories, teach them about credit. Bring back home ec.
Yes.
Bring back shit that's needed. LGBTQ, you can learn that on your own. Black history, you can also learn that on your own. But they don't hesitate with white history, so it's just like that's my thing.
I think all that should be included. I think that.
I feel
I
like
think
it's a
all that
part
shit
of.
is not
I feel
needed.
like it is a part of history, so it should be.
I think all that should
There
be
should be
included. I do think
some
that
space for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, because
Like
a lot of people don't necessarily know that it was the trans women that were out there pushing for equal rights and stuff. So that's why we have the whole pride thing now.
Okay.
And that, started a whole bunch of other stuff. But I mean, I don't feel like it's a bad thing if they are taught it.
But you don't think
Because
it should be like a curriculum.
no, I feel like it should be an elective. It should be
Okay.
something that they have a choice
yeah,
on.
I do believe
Okay.
you should be, because like when I like I said, I took a African American course class, but I didn't think they even call it African American. They call it African history. It was an elective, and I chose to take it because I just wanted to learn more about it. And it was actually even though it was a Caucasian basketball coach that taught it.
He
Taught it, but honestly, the studies and everything was really good, and I was actually educated with that.
I was gonna say, how much information did you retain?
It was a lot. Yeah. So I think I believe that it probably should be elective or a choice. Moving on, we're going to talk about 2 more topics before we wrap this up here. We're going to talk about quickly. We're not going to talk about August Alstina. Yeah, versus Jada Pinkett Smith. We're not going to talk about that. We're talking about him versus Keke Palmer. That one.
Oh.
Have
I don't
you
know much
guys?
about that.
Didn't he?
So what happened was an old picture surfaced of them 2 in a car, Keke and August. And somebody tweeted and said, "Well, didn't you used to date him?" And she said, "No, girl, I never dated him before." He took offense to that and said, "No, you never dated me because you showed your homegirls personal text messages that we had together, and that's why I never dated with you." Blah, 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 that and the third. So he went on a rant. If you know August, his history, he does this a lot. He's very he gives me an attacker vibe. He would if you say anything that he doesn't like, it's automatically attack.
He was having a entanglement type situation, so that
But that's
it's
him.
it's just a ripple effect
Yeah,
from
that's what
his
I'm saying.
entanglement.
Yeah, but it doesn't give him an excuse to attack people that wasn't even. The girl, Keke wasn't even coming at him at all. She was like, "No, I just didn't date him," and he took it as a personal offense. He's like, then he went on another 20 rant, said, "People don't even know how to mind their business," and then the next rant he was like, "Well, I still got love for her." I was like, what? What are you doing too much?
Yeah, because at that point he had realized okay, maybe it wasn't that serious.
Yeah, and
I don't. He too squishy for me.
What does squishy mean, Darius? I mean, KP.
It's very.
Soft.
Thank you, Brandon.
He's
Or
not.
BB.
He's not as masculine and.
I think
that good
he
stuff.
is just.
I think he wants to be, but
I just think he's
sensitive.
just sensitive. I would say that, yes, sensitive. He's the type of sensitive that he's sensitive, and he's gonna tell you he's sensitive, and he's gonna tell you why, and because of this happened to me when I'm a child, and this would happen to me this, and this would happen to me this. So he's that type of sensitive. I guess we touched on that. One more topic before we wrap this up. And KP, I don't know if you're going to know about this because you're not from the 813.
Okay.
But in today's news in the 813, in Tampa Bay Tech is a high school.
I know.
That's it.
Well,
Well, I don't know
to
because
the
I just
listeners,
made a
okay.
statement. You didn't know the Bloomingdale wasn't a magnet school, so I'm just clarifying. And these are also
Tampa Bay
for the
Tech is though,
listener.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. So Tampa Bay Tech, there's a coach that is facing charges of sexual misconduct with students. His name is Lawrence, I believe.
Yes.
And I'm saying his name is all on the news. That old man Lawrence, who was a coach at that school, was touching on little girls. Allegedly. I don't know that for fact, but that's what the articles say. Allegedly. I need to get that. I'm not trying to get sued. Anyway, BB, how do you feel about this situation?
Why y'all want my opinion on this?
Because we want your opinion.
I have known him for quite some time. He was a middle school coach of mine. Okay, y'all, I'm finna be honest. God damn. Okay, as far as the whole, touching the girl type thing or whatever, I'm sorry, this is my opinion. Reggie was definitely, a very nice looking man. And I'm not going to sit up here and act like these girls weren't flirting back. However, in high school, I was in high school too. I was looking at all the older ones. I wanted the money. I wanted, somebody older. I wanted somebody with something. And I knew what I wanted at that age. And I feel like nowadays these kids, they know what they want. These hoes look growner than me. Yeah. And I mean, it's one of those things. It's not right that if he in fact did do that, it's not right. But I'm not gonna put all the blame on him. I would definitely hold these girls accountable as well.
I disagree.
I'm okay with you disagreeing.
I know, I understand. This is why we're having this conversation. I do believe that if you are at a certain age, you have to be responsible for your specific actions. Like they say, a person that's under the age of 18 cannot consent to any sexual activity.
So what you was doing when you was hunching at 12?
Let me just finish. Let me finish my statement here.
Damn, you was hunching at 12?
Let me finish my statement. This nigga know what the fuck you talking about. Let me finish my statement here, okay?
I see you don't want to answer that.
We as adults, we face a big penalty if we are caught having any type of sexual actions with a minor. And we all know if you go to jail and the people in jail find out that you're in jail for any type of pedophile, rapist, sexual misconduct with the minor, what them people gonna do to you? Either rape you or kill you. So that's one thing that's in my mind as an adult, that I'm not finna go to jail for nobody. Second of all, you have to now be classified as a sexual predator, a pedophile, meaning that you now can't live in certain district or certain area near school. Boom. Everybody you know, if you get in an argument, you that nasty ass rapist, you that pedophile. That man go walk in a restaurant right now, let somebody know him. The first thing they're gonna look at, ain't that rapist? That's that pedophile. He touched little girls.
And somebody's still gonna want to do something to him.
Maybe, but I'm talking about the most consistent, the majority of it. So my thing is a grown adult. I know you're trying to put blame on the children. You can never put blame on a damn child about anything sexual. In the law, court of law.
Oh, okay. Because I was
you can never put blame on no 12, 15, 16-year-old girl with a 34-year-old man that was allegedly giving people money to have abortions, DMing them.
I don't know.
DMing them little girls talking about you're sexual, you're pretty, stuff like that. These are things that allegedly he was doing. So as a grown man that he was, and he been doing that for years. So at that point, I tell the people all the time, you're just doing this wait till you get caught. You just waiting to get caught. And that's what he did. He waited. Let me do this for 20 plus years. I've been getting away with it. I'm going to keep doing it until I get caught. So no, I don't have put his ass under the damn school. Bury his ass.
Under the school.
Under the whole school. That's nasty. You too grown for that. I understand that these girls are built differently. The water is tainted with lust and sexual desire, big breasts, hips, and ass.
But you have to also
But as a grown man, no, they don't have to take accountability. Their parents have to be like, okay, you were dead. They are the people that are going to make them take accountability, the children. But the world is a grown-ass man. These people entrust you with their kids to teach them, not to play with them in their little sexual parts.
So it'll be okay if your 23-year-old teacher just so happened to jack your dick, huh?
Yes.
Oh, it's okay.
If I was 50, like, what are you saying? You
if you were 16 years old.
16 years old, okay.
And your teacher just so happened to be 23, 24,
right.
just coming out of college.
That is, yes, that's wrong.
She's fine.
Sexiest person in the world. Dead ass wrong.
She's wrong?
She's wrong.
Okay, good job.
Dead ass
I like
wrong.
your response.
I agree with BB too, because it's also, you have to instill that in your child as well, because like
manipulation is a bitch,
which is true, and a lot of those women, a lot of those young women probably could have manipulated that grown ass man. Whether he
doing it for 20 years, I don't want to give him a single pass. This man was doing this for 20 years.
I get that.
Those children are not at fault for that. If you said maybe I'll give you that, if he's like was involved with one girl, you're like, okay, that girl was known to be fast. She's known to be a hoe. I may give you an inch of that. But this man been doing this for 20 years.
When you go to jail
20
for
years,
that,
20
guess what?
years
Even
plus.
though she was a hoe, she's
right. Yeah, right.
held
But I'm just saying, 20
yeah.
years plus, there's no excuse. He was being a pedophile. He was touching on these little girls. He didn't give a fuck about their age, so he deserved to be put in jail for a very long time.
Can we end on a positive note?
We can. Once again, this is the sexy, handsome, amazing king.
We said positive note.
Well, I didn't want to talk about your teeth, so that's why we didn't end on that either.
You know what?
I mean, you can say what you want.
It's your boy. It's your boy.
Nobody give a damn. It's not your boy. That's me. That's my line. No, you can't use my line.
That's not your line. It's your boy, the amazing king, coming to you live and in color. Bring that oh so amazing touch. I want to thank you guys so much for joining the Get Ready For It podcast season 2. You can make sure you follow me at AmazingIam_. Make sure you also follow the Instagram podcast page at readyforit_1. KP send them out.
Up jumps the boogie. It's your boy KP, man. Parker67_. Y'all be sure to go click that link in my bio. You know what I'm saying? Go check me out.
And my guest with the best. with the best. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
Wow.
BB, where can they find you at? Where can they find you at?
Guys, you can find me on IG. What is it? What is my IG?
BB1.
Is it 1225?
Something
Something like that. Just type in BB and
Oh,
hopefully one of the
God.
pictures is mine. Otherwise, I'm also you can find me on Facebook, BB Merriweather. Or you can possibly, find me in the streets or, backstage
Not the
somewhere.
streets.
Somewhere. Who knows? Live, laugh, and love.
It's been a pleasure. Get ready for you guys.